Hey guys, welcome to another YouTube video, and it's finally after 24 weeks of most unpredictable, some joy and some, and some disappointment. We're finally at the finals stage. Finally. As you can tell right there. So this in this video I will be previewing the first. I'll be previewing the first final. Going to be played tonight. Now, apologies for for having this video out so late. I've been meaning to do it earlier in the week, but with work and so on, I just couldn't have time to do it. So I did it. So that is I'm doing it now. If this video does come out during this game tonight, first of all, my apologies, and secondly, hopefully, if it's for example a blowout, then that could be something for you to be worth watching. But if it's a good game, then probably not. But anyways, so this is to preview the first final. It is the second qualifying final. I still don't know what I mean to the first qualifying final, second elimination final. I just don't freaking care, to be honest. Getting into the video here, so it is Port Adelaide versus Geelong down at Adelaide Oval. Probably my estimate in front of 50,000 screaming Port Adelaide fans at the Adelaide Oval. So coming into this game here, Port Adelaide have won 8 of their last 9 last 9 games to end the home and away season. That included 6 on the bounce till the very end of the home and away season. While the Cats have obviously won 7 of their last 9. So they are in pretty good form, these two teams. These two teams, and obviously the reward for the winner obviously is a home preliminary final in a fortnight's time, while the loser, they'll have to play next week. They'll have to play next week, I think, against. Let me double check this because I don't want to get it wrong. It is against either the Western Bulldogs or Hawthorn, which is going to be on tomorrow night, which I'll do a preview for that as well. So that is so that's going to be the reward and the punishment for the winner and the loser tonight. Of course, I said it's going to be played at Adelaide Oval. What happened the last time these two teams met? Well, they played in round 9, where Port Adelaide. I remember Port Adelaide. They started it was basically a game of two halves where Port Adelaide, where I think it was even at quarter time, I believe it was, and then Port Adelaide just shot it out in the second term. And at one stage, they were up by about 40. They were about I think they led by 41 points at half time in that game, but it led by as much as almost 50 in halfway through the second term. That was how dominant the Port Adelaide were. And then in the second half, Geelong managed to come back. We all thought maybe they would overpower Port Adelaide, but unfortunately that didn't happen. They pulled their comeback off a bit too late, and of course Port Adelaide came away with the 4 points in one of the best games of the season. Of that season, there. The statistics here. So So as I'm reading this here, Port Adelaide are ranked second for both conceding total clearances and centre clearances. So basically, their midfield of Rosie, Butters, and Horne-Francis are very good at winning it out in the middle, but also defending it in the middle as well. Port Adelaide are ranked top 2 in the league in terms of pressure. In terms of their pressure. At 13, and this big stat here, 13 they've won 13 of 17 games 13 of their 17 wins have come when they've applied more pressure, more heat on the opposition. So yeah. While Geelong, obviously, and obviously, going before I move on to the Geelong thing, maybe that, because we all know Geelong's midfield isn't that great, barring Dangerfield. In comparison to Port Adelaide's midfield, it's not that great. So maybe their the power of, as I said, Zach Butters, Jason Horne-Francis and Connor Rozee could maybe, could expose Geelong's midfield, most definitely. Moving on to Geelong's thing here. So of course we all know the key for Geelong is their defence, obviously, and they've enjoyed that, Bruce, throughout the second half of the season. They've only since round 16 they have conceded just a tick over 75.5 points per game. In comparison in between round 7 and 15 they conceded 105 points per game in that time, which was ranked last, and probably the biggest low was probably when they conceded 160 odd points against the Gold Coast Suns at TIO Stadium, because obviously, because the Gold Coast Suns are unbeatable down there. But anyways, as I said, was last. The contested possessions are going to be a problem. Is going to be a watch, but in the wrong kind of way for Geelong, because they are ranked 16th in 16th throughout the whole of the season this year in terms of their differential between uncontested and contested possessions. They are ranked 16th in that. I don't know about Port Adelaide though. It hasn't been listed here. So of course the big well, I already mentioned it, obviously, with Rosie, Butters and Horne-Francis. They're gonna be the big watchers for Port Adelaide, because obviously, as I said, Geelong's midfield isn't that great, barring Dangerfield. As I said, it's not that fantastic, really. So in comparison to these three, so obviously, and obviously Horne-Francis is probably the one that could basically be the one that could take it up to Geelong. I mean, he's had good performances. He's had fantastic performances in the last 2 weeks. Obviously the matches against Melbourne and then Adelaide and then of course against in the showdown against the Crows, and then in the crunch game against Fremantle, he definitely stood out there, and basically so he could be the key there. For Geelong, it's Jeremy Cameron. I think whoever goes to him, I presume look at the lineup here. I will get to the lineup in just a moment. By the looks of things, I think Zerk Thatcher might go to him, but I won't be surprised if many others will go to him at different stages during the night. Like, Alia will go to him. Asada Radagalia will go to him. Who else is there? Who else is there? Maybe Miles Bergman maybe go to him at some points during the night. But yeah, of course, the big Jezza has been on fire, kicking 19 goals in the last 4 games, but albeit nine of those don't count. That was against West Coast when he kicked a lazy 7 in the first half. Dear good old Jezza, but yeah. So I presume that, as I said, I think it's listed as Zerk Thatcher would go to him, but I won't be surprised if Alir, Radagalia, and probably someone like Bergman maybe would rotate through him maybe during that as well, I won't be surprised if maybe Radagalia might go with him from an athletic standpoint, maybe. Or Alir. Now I don't know about Zerk Thatcher to be honest with you, but yeah. So that's what I think. That's what I think of that there. Now moving on to the lineups here before I do my predictions. So I think let's go to Port Adelaide. Let's go to Port Adelaide's first home team. In the fullback line, you got Lockie Jones, Brandon Zerk Thatcher, and Miles Bergman. In the halfback line, you got Ryan Burton, Alir, and Logan Evans. In the centre, you've got Jace Burgoyne and Willem Drew on the wings. With Ole Wines in the middle. You got Darcy Byrne-Jones, Asala Radagalia, a centre half forward, surprising, and Willie Rioli on the half forward line. And then in the full forward line, you got Mitch Georgiades, which they'll most likely they will change. Probably he will be the centre half forward, so Radagalia can go back, can move back. Big Charlie Dixon in at full forward, and Connor Rosie in the forward pocket, which probably he'll rotate most likely with Horn Francis and Butters and Wines probably during the night in the middle. As followers, you've got Jordan Sweet in the ruck, and then with the 2 midfielders, Dan Horn Francis and Zach Butters. On the interchange bench, you've got Trav Boak, Quinton Narkle, Jackson Mead, Francis Evans, and Jed McEntee. With the emergencies being Josh Singh, Dante Vincentini, and Todd Marshall. Surprisingly, Todd Marshall named as an emergency for some reason. But yeah. Because I haven't seen yet who's the subs yet as the time of this video being recorded. I don't know who the subs are, so I'm just gonna guess here. So I must guess it might be either Francis Evans or Quinton Narkle. To be I think I might go. I would go with Quinton Narkle, to be honest, as the sub. Just so I think his X factor when for example when he comes off a sub with the fresh legs and that, I think he would be beneficiary for Port Adelaide. Now for the lineups for Geelong. Now there was before I switched to record on this video, there was news about a late change there for Geelong, which I'll get to in a sec. So here it is. So from the fullback line, you got Lawson Humphreys, Jack Henry and Jake Kolajasny. On the halfback line, you've got Mitch Duncan, Mark Blitzarves, and Zach Guthrie. In the middle, you've got Max Holmes and Oliver Dempsey on the wings, with Tom Atkins in the centre. On the half forward line, you've got Tyson Stengel, Shannon Neal, and Sean Manor. And then in the full forward line, you've got Brad Close, Jeremy Cameron, and Oliver Henry. In the middle, you've got Reece Stanley as ruckman, Patrick Dangerfield, and Tom. Originally, it says here Tom Stewart, but it was announced not long ago, actually, before I press record. I said press record on this video, that he is going to be a late out. Late out. Now, it hasn't been confirmed at the time of this recording. Haven't seen yet who is he replacing. Either one of who's replacing him. Either Gary Rowan, Oisin Mullen, or Sam De Koning. I've just ruined the emergencies, basically. So it gets straight to the interchanges. So it basically be Zach Tui, Jack Bowes, Graham Maz, Tanner Bruin, and Jed Buse in there as well. And I've already said the emergency, so I don't need to say it again. So the first off, who do I think? Not seeing who will be Tom Stewart's replacement. Who I think will be out of the emergencies. So, that one's a tough one. You could say. I think it's either Gary Rowan or Sam De Koning. And because since it's in the middle alongside Patrick Dangerfield, maybe you might put someone like I don't know, like Tanner Bruin in the middle, or maybe put him on the wing, and then maybe put Max Holmes in the middle with Danger, possibly. But who I think. Because I believe the second ruck for Port Adelaide, I presume, will be Dixon. And I don't know if De Koning's going to be that. So, but Stanley would need the help though. Stanley would need the help though up forward. So I'm gonna guess. I think De Koning will get his chance. I think. So basically, what I'll put De Koning there. I would put De Koning on the bench, and then put Tanner Bruin, and then maybe put Tanner Bruin on the wing. Yeah, put Tanner Bruin on the wing. Or put him in the middle, but yeah, put him on the wing and then put Max Holmes in the middle with Danger. That's what I would do there. And the sub for Geelong, it's gonna be different now that Stewart's out. Who do I think? I don't think it'll be Tui. I don't think it'll be Tui. I don't think it'll be Bowes. Definitely don't think it'll be Graham Maz. It could. I think it could be Jed Buse, because or maybe they may first think Buse, but then now with Stewart being out and probably De Koning probably being in, maybe they put De Koning in as the sub, but I don't think that would make sense, to be honest. Maybe it'll make sense if, for example, if Sweet is absolutely, destroying Reece Stanley, maybe put De Koning in a sub and then sub him off for Stanley. So basically, the change of ideas in the ruck, possibly that could be what Chris Scott might do. But who knows? Possibly with that. So yeah. So that is so. Lastly, the prediction here.
I think for me here, the crowd might be the 24th man here, because it's going to be fit. There's going to be 40, 50,000 screaming fans down at the Adelaide Oval. 99% of them are going to be barracking for Port Adelaide. I could just hear in my mind right now them doing a never tear us apart thing. But then again, on the flip side of things here, Chris Scott loves this sort of situation where he goes into enemy territory and that. But the last couple of times that Geelong have gone down in the first final to Adelaide to verse Port, it hasn't gone that well. 2020 and 2021 were basically the exceptions, really. Were the ones really that they got their pants pulled down in both of those games. I think it'll be the same. I think Port Adelaide will win it. By how much? It says here on AFL.com.au they're predicting Port Adelaide to win by 2 goals. I can differ where it could go be more than that. I can see 4 or 5 goals. You know what? I'm gonna go 5 goals. I'm gonna go 5 goals, and my bold prediction. I think my bold prediction. I think Rosie, Horne-Francis, and Butters will get a goal. Will get a goal each. That's what I think. A goal each. A goal from Rosie, a goal from Horne-Francis, and a goal from Butters. That's what I think. There as well, and I won't be surprised if it's going to be like what it was earlier in the year down at GMHBA. It might be because a fun fact here before I go here, I checked the Fox Woody's trusty old bloody what you call it what you call it, the finals thing. I can't remember what it was called. Had it and then I lost it. But I looked at it, and apparently all 8 finals teams that for points scored, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My guess is that this whole high scoring end of the season, or back half of the season, might get translated into finals. Just saying. But anyways, so like this video, share this to anybody who is a Port Adelaide fan or a Geelong fan. Comment down below who is your tip to win this game. Do you think it'll be Port Adelaide? Do you think that Geelong will steal one on hostile territory? I would love to, or could it be, or do you predict that this might go to extra time? Could be. You never know. You never know if you never go, as they say. But yeah, and one last thing, somewhere down there, or somewhere, click on the big red button which is labelled subscribe. It really does help me out quite a bit there. But until next time, guys, I'll see you all later.